Welcome everybody, Phil here. In my video today, I'm just going to show you how to replace the dry belt clutch assembly in a yard cart or yard sport 4x2 YS200. Same concept goes for any CV type of engine, so it can be used on any side-by-side, snowmobile, anything like that with a CVT engine. So this is the actual clutch assembly I'll be replacing today. You'll see in the video, it's pretty worn out, locked up the engine. I'm just your typical backyard, do-it-yourself, garage kind of guy. Not a mechanic, but I save a lot of money figuring things out, doing it myself. So I hope the video helps you do something like this to save yourself some money and also get the enjoyment and appreciation of doing it yourself and the satisfaction of it running afterwards and saving a lot of money in the meantime. If you like the video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and just welcome to my channel. What could that be? You can tell, just scored and pretty much ground down to nothing. You got this whole side casing that goes from here up to the front of the motor. It's on the side of the motor, and there's probably 10 bolts, number 8s. So just located all over the place. Then you have to disconnect the muffler from the bracket right here. But anyway, as this is separating, there's all kinds of metal shavings. It's like gold. Looks like I'm panning for gold. See all that grime in there. All that grime. Pieces and parts. As you can see now, it's all freed up, but it's still got a lot of things going on inside there. Ugly things. You had to remove this muffler. It was just hooked in right there. It came sliding off. It looks like it's been disconnected before. It just connects onto there. And then after that's removed or out of the way, this cover, we were just able to work it on out, down through the bottom. So you got your clutch belt. That's your clutch pack, it looks like. I'm not sure what that is. We'll figure out what that is. A lot of cleaning up to do. Alright, so I got this bar here, channel, U-channel. I got a wedge, got a solid metal diameter bar going through there into one of these holes. I'll show you more of a close-up here. I either broke it or it broke loose. You guys gotta see this contraption. It's all about leverage, right? This is the redneck way. I could not get that sucker broke loose for nothing. Now it is broke loose. Into one of these holes right there. That I had such a hard time getting off of because of that nut there. It's all pretty messed up here. Then you see even additional damage, just like a brake rotor with no pads. The pads are all worn down. So you got the pulley that we just, or the cover that we just took off, the belt going around that. Now I gotta get that sucker off. So an impact, got that off. Should just use that to begin with. You can see all the debris back behind that pulley. A lot of cleaning to do here. So that was attached to that. You saw that earlier on that shaft. Now they have that other pulley off. You can pull this one totally off, and you can see what's left behind in its wake. Alright, so here's the pieces and parts. This is how you saw it in the cart. This is the actual way it's supposed to look like. There's actually some pretty good directions on the internet, and I'll show you the link here. Share the link here. It's actually on this AmericanLandmaster.com, and if you pull up the 150cc, it's a 200 series service manual, and it just goes through everything, anything on that engine. So definitely a good resource, and it actually shows you, I'll find it, that special tool that I was trying to devise. That tool right there. It's a bar with a U. So here's some of the trophy debris that came out of there. Looks like something from outer space. And then there's obviously much more dusty stuff as well. All stuck behind this plate and in the casing that was around it. Okay, I'm going to show you a few parts and pieces. Finally got the replacement parts in for the YS200 yard cart. Got everything through Amazon. Got the old, got the new. So if we start off, this is just the face assembly, and you can see there's weights in here. And these fall right out, and they are in different no good condition. So there's 2, 4, 5, 6 of them that go in to these little slots, like you see that one right there, like so. If you were to compare them to a new one, here's the new one with the shaft inside there, and I'll show you that in a second. But all the new ones are right there. The shaft, you can see no play whatsoever in the shaft. You take the old one, put the weights out because you don't need them, but you can see the wear and tear of that shaft. It falls right through. Not only that, it look at all that play. It was just plumb wore out. You got none of that with the new one. This is the new one. It's actually has friction. You can feel the friction going through there, and no play whatsoever. So that bearing was where it wore out. This is just the cover piece that goes over it. Has these little rubber bushings that go in there. There's 3 of them. 2 of them were missing, or they fell out when I took that off. And then I call this like the flywheel or the fan. Here's the new one. Here's the old one, which I busted off. But it comes as a complete kit, so this comes with it. This is your clutch assembly. Shouldn't really look like that. Should look more like this. So When the pulley spins, these come out and then apply force to the housing, which then gives you the traction you require for the belt that goes around this pulley to drive it. But you can see the massive amounts of damage that the old one, this one, versus the new one. And what I call, and you can also see the wear and tear and just the buildup of the excess or the aluminum shavings just heating up and welding to the actual clutch cover. This is the new, that's the old. And you can see all the shavings that melted and bonded to the clutch cover. This is just parts and pieces that were inside the cover. When I took it apart, you can see the flat spot there. So when it finally gave way, you heard all this stuff rattling around when you try to drive the vehicle. And he just had all these parts and pieces that were inside the cover, and then eventually got wedged and locked up the clutch mechanism itself. And last but not least, you got the belt. So this is the old belt, got a new replacement belt, Amazon. So these parts are readily available, sometimes listed under the YS200 model, but then they all also have like Y150, which I think is it's the same thing, just used for different applications. The motor is, but they all have interchangeable parts basically, so you can get the parts. This belt wasn't so much worn on the inside other than you can see the aluminum shavings that were adhering to the belt itself. And then there was some wear on the outside of the belt. So belt definitely needs to be replaced, and while you're in there, you might as well get it done. So that's the replacement belt there. Many types of replacement belts and grades as well. So I think I went with the higher grade that has the, what do you call it? Kevlar insert around there. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start prepping the engine that I have over there on the my little makeshift hoist work area. I gotta blow all that out, clean all that garbage out of there, and then get these parts installed and hopefully see how it works. So hang in there, tag along. Remember, hit that like button if you like this video. And better yet, if you'd like to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button, because it costs you absolutely nothing but your time watching me. Okay, now we're going to clean out all this garbage that's either laying in there, debris, metal, or aluminum shavings that you can see all of it down there on the ground. So there's a lot of crap in there. All right, hold your breath. See all that clutch dust in there? Get this plate that goes on like so. It goes on, cover these weights up. So we'll go ahead and install it while it's out of. Make sure the weights are in there properly, because they will roll out there freewheeling. Just make sure it's applied like that. Put that on the shaft. And push it all the way on. And that bearing back as far as it can go right now. Then we apply this little guy to there, and it's up against, so that part is up against this bearing, that spacer we call it. install that pulley, or that belt on that pulley, and come over here and see if we can get like so. It is a tight fit, almost. Okay, so once we get it on there, we'll make sure that's inserted all the way in there. Make sure that's all the way on there. So, put the cover on. Clutch mechanism. And then you just tighten everything up. Torque it down. I was able to get it tightened up by using this makeshift bar that I broke it loose with, and a screwdriver to sort of secure everything, and then rest it off there, and then down on a bar down below. So like I said, it's got that one tightened. Next step is to get this one tightened up. In order to get this tightened down. Okay. Neutral does. Alright, there's neutral. Loud, because the muffler is not on there. If it will start up. Okay, gonna start it up. It's gonna be a little loud, because the muffler is not on there. If it will start up. So I just have it hooked up temporarily just to see if we can make sure everything can turn over. Playing with the choke a little bit. And as you can see, the clutch is moving. Not quite sure how much power. Ground is important, so I thought the battery was going bad until I connected two grounds tightly with a bolt in nut. So got it running. If done so, click the like button if you like what you see, and click the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. It doesn't cost nothing to subscribe, so please do that to help support the channel. Thanks for watching, and next time you see me, hopefully you'll be cruising up that hillside on the ATV. So just button everything up in order of how you took it apart, and should be good to go.